How you doing, everybody? I want to give you an update. Listen, this has been going on all day, but people seem to think when it's 95 degrees or 99 degrees outside that it's okay to leave your dogs outside all day. And take a look at this now. So I'm just gonna pan this way for a minute and turn upward a little so you can see. So we get four capacitors all the same size. So the coil connections are going to be coming in here, the collection coils. So four collection coils on this, right? One here, one there, one here, and one here. So with the right diode facing the right way, we're going to be coming in with these coils and charging as the flux returns. Back to its natural state, we'll be harvesting that stroke. So diodes will be coming in out of the brown and into the black, and then the white and black are going to be the brown and the black are going to be on this side, your diode connection. But that's going to have little jumpers in there on both sides, and what I want to do is isolate every meg collection coil. Every generating coil is going to have its own capacitor, because I want to be able to hop from these, and ultimately I'd like to probably put in maybe some small digital voltmeters on here so I can see them all at real time. So that's that. So that's what's going on there. We still have the other condensers here. Each one's 100,000 microfarads at 20 volts. So, but these two are a set, and then these two over here are a set. And these two on top, one is going to be for each one of these, which is a buck boost, and one buck boost, remember, is going to supply power for the. Yeah, there we go. Drop them. One buck boost is going to supply power for the buck boost for just power and the signal generators only, and that's it, nothing else. And so the other buck boost is going to be is supplying power in a controlled way with the voltage adjustment and the current adjustment, so I can feed what I want to the H bridges and control my input at the same time. So that's what's going on with these. So that's what that's for. I've raised them up on standoffs, and going to do the same thing with this one. Raise it up off the plastic, and then it'll be probably mounted here for now unless I find a different spot for it. There's the H bridges over here. Here's all the toggles. I want to be able to swap polarity on the trigger coil circuits, and then also I want to be able to swap polarity on the collection coils, and that's the AC connections to the connection coils. I want to be able to flip them and so I can find the right phase, and to be able to change things if I want on the fly. So changing the polarity on the trigger coils, changing the polarity on the collection coils is all factored in. These other junctions here are going to be from the positives. Don't forget, we're going to share the negative right down the line. I just haven't had a chance to make cables for this, but all the negatives on all three capacitors are going to be all tied together. And then the positives, like this cap, is going to go across the output of the smaller one, and this cap is going to go across the output of this one, just to smoothen it out and give it a little added storage for whatever hurdle happens to be coming its way when I'm testing it. Basically, I'm trying to make the control side of things as stable as possible, because the only fluctuations and the variations I want to see is on the meg. I don't want to see it anywhere else and be fooled. So that's where I'm coming from with that. So I've got a couple extra DINs in here. Maybe I'm not using them all. I don't know, but from here over is all factored in for the diodes to fill these caps. All these positives coming off all these caps are going to go through a diode, and I may put another DIN rail over here to do that, or I could probably pull it off right here. That they're going to go, each one of these is going to feed a diode. All those diodes will be joined together to one more, and that's going to be probably factored in here, probably in this area. This part of the DIN, I'll use all that for that. And basically what I want to do is I want these caps to be able to pump individually and isolated to the last second, so that I get to see real numbers behind. I get to see the AC side, and I'll also have a chance to see, which I can get a connection. I'm going to have scope pins coming off these connections so that I can easily scope on them if I want to. So pretty much everything, all the collection coils and trigger coils, I'm going to have jumpers out here, test jumpers to clip on. And probably I'll run, when I actually fire this thing off, I've got two Handtech 200 megahertz scopes. Each one's a 2-channel, so I can use that. Between the two of those, I can watch all 4 coils at the same time, and I can sync the machines out so they run together as one. And then I've got a handheld scope that's a 2-channel, one of the Handtech portables that I can use to look at other stuff besides the other 2 scopes. It depends if I'm looking to find out something. If I'm just firing it up initially, I'll probably only have 1 scope on just to poke around to see if just to verify what I think is going on. So I mounted these caps on here, so they're good to go. These are all mounted and good to go. This is mounted, good to go. Gonna finish this. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance tomorrow after work, but I'm gonna get this mounted on standoffs and get that mounted to the board. And I'm probably gonna pick up a piece of aluminum, and I may flush mount these. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do, the signal generators, but I want the space that's going to be underneath. So it's going to be a piece of aluminum coming up about this wide, up like this, and then over. And then I'm going to have 2 standoffs coming up from the plywood to support the other end. But I want a flat face right here because I can cut these in. That would be nice to have that flush mount, and then also be able to mount all the toggle switches in at the same time. And then the other thing I want to do is, it's not here yet, but I want to add I think 2 more toggle switches. I think that's it. So none of these are hooked up yet. Gonna start to do that. My next thing is to get over this area right here, get that done. Standoffs, so you need to put these on standoffs, which is no big deal. And then that's it. That's what we got here. So a little different from the last video, and a lot different from the first video, which is 3 videos back. So I mean, this little spot right here is going to have a lot going on in here, but I want to be able to have everything. I want to have access to everything that this whole setup can do. I've got access to these guys. That's just a push button away, and you get to watch real time amps or volts, whatever you want. I can hook a meter up to the side, so I'll easily get the idea and feel of what's going on for like these last 2 stages. But what's coming in here from the collection coils, based on my turns ratio, that's, and then ultimately this has the potential of running itself. There's 2 megs here. Yeah, but 2 sets of magnets. So there's a lot of potential. And switching that top and bottom, both rings at the same time is my goal. Because I just want to take a moment and ask you to subscribe if you haven't done that already, and share the video and give me a thumbs up. Those 3 things go a long way in supporting this channel, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Voltage to a medium voltage, which is probably, I think I'm going to be running right around 24 volts at this stage, and definitely 12.9 or 13 at the output. So the H bridge and the power supply for that, this basically everything involved right here is going to be running off the buck converter that's running off of here. All this stuff is going to be running here at the end. It's not going to get its power from anywhere else but down here. So but the way this meg works is this meg, this ring, and this ring. So a meg in each hand, with magnets north going that way and north going this way. So they are attracting through these cores. So north and south is right down here on both coils. The north and south line, no man's land, right in the middle. And that's what we're going to shift. When this guy, look at that, it takes up the whole goddamn screen. Look at the size of this puppy. Look at the size of those magnets. Yep. That mag that you just saw with test coils, I was getting on a pulse 1 shift of flux in the ring. On the collection wires, on the collecting coil, I was getting almost 40 amps. A 40 amp jolt just from 1 jolt of manipulating the magnet with a trigger coil. 1 little jolt got all that power out of it. An aluminum coming up with a little lip on the bottom to put screws in it, and actually, you know what, I might just do 4 big standoffs and just mount the plate top this way. Actually, no, I don't want to do that, because I want to put the toggles on the front face, have all the toggles down here, and then by doing that I'll have room to put these 2 here, and then just below that I should be able to put in a voltmeter and a current meter. Volts. For current is going to be a different ball game, so I'll have to use double pole, double throw switches so that I can switch in the current meter that's going to be here in series with whatever I want to monitor, whether it be the input of this one, the input of that one, or this buck boost or that buck boost. Are probably the only things that I'm going to be wanting to look at. And really, these 2 aren't that important, so it's just going to be these 2 guys. So the positives coming off of here driving this is going to be going right by here, and so it'll make it easy for me to wire that in and throw a toggle in. Have a toggle so it's looking at this one and put the switch the other way, and it's looking at that one for current, you know, because we'll know what this is doing. Alright, this video hopefully wasn't too long. This is what we got going at this point. Yep, as a matter of fact, I'll take that off for a second and give you some different views. But okay, I'm gonna stop talking. If you made it this far, thank you. And look, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Come on, come on. You can do it. I know you can do it. Just click it. Click it. Will you click the goddamn subscribe button? Bam. Thank you.